What's up, everybody? Today's video is going to be my top 5 movie duos, and this video was inspired by Huck over at Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. If for whatever reason you don't already follow Huck, I'll definitely link his channel down in the description. And my criteria for coming up with my list is kind of just, a pair that I really enjoy watching, whether it's their chemistry or just, nostalgia that I have for watching them together in a movie or a franchise or whatever the case may be. So yeah, here's my list, guys. Let's get right into it. So my number 5 is actually a recent watch. I saw this for the first time not too long ago, and that's the Shane Black film, The Nice Guys. So it's going to be the pair of Russell Crowe, or in the movie, Jackson Healy, and Ryan Gosling, who plays Holland March. Now, these two guys are the duo that I didn't know I needed. I mean, just a pair of Russell Crowe playing this like quiet, mysterious, cool detective, and Ryan Gosling also playing kind of like this investigator, and he's more of like a functioning alcoholic. So they are just like really cool together. Their interactions, their conversations are just very entertaining, and the adventures they go on are just a roller coaster. And this movie, it seriously will have you laughing. Like I'm not one who laughs out loud at too many movies, but this one actually did have me chuckling quite a bit. So these two guys together, I hope that we get them soon in another movie or in the future. I don't think they've worked together. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't think of another film that they're in together, but I definitely would be very interested to seeing them together once again on screen. My number 4 is a little bit of a cheat. I'm bending the rules a little bit, but it's gonna be Chuck Nolan and any guesses? Yeah, Wilson. I mean, the pair, they're iconic. This movie, if you haven't seen it, obviously, it's just some guy, Tom Hanks, stranded on an island, no one else to talk to, no one else to interact with, except for this volleyball that washes up on shore, and he just by chance happens to get, his bloody print on it and makes a face out of him, and Wilson becomes this whole character. And of course, that scene where their friendship comes to an end, let's put it that way, just gets me every time. I mean, I can put this movie on right now and it'll probably bring me to tears, I'm not gonna lie. But just so iconic, such an iconic pair. You can just shout out Wilson! And people know what you're talking about. So had to include Chuck Nolan and Wilson on my list. My next movie duo, my number 3, is going to be these guys right here. And you can see the poster in the back. Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth. These guys are great together. Leo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, some of the best working actors that we have today and all time. I like to consider this a hangout movie of sorts. And when you're watching these two together on screen, you feel like you are part of the crew, like you're hanging out there with them. That scene, which they made a meme out of, when Leo DiCaprio was pointing at the TV. They're just hanging out, reminiscing, watching their old movies, and talking about acid-dripped cigarettes. I mean, it's just a fun time. It's like watching two old high school buddies get together, talk about the old days. And, they make a great duo. I really, really enjoy this movie. One of my favorite movies. And their performance and chemistry, plays a big part in that. So had to include them. All right, guys. So winding down the list here, my number 2 had to be these guys, Seth and Evan, played by Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. This is one of the funniest movies that I personally have seen, and it has a lot to do with these guys right here. They are just super fun together, super hilarious. They play these two high school buddies who are going off to college, and it's just such a relatable coming of age story. I can't really imagine anybody else in these roles because they just played them to perfection, and this movie wouldn't be as funny as it is without either of these guys. So had to include this pair right here. And last but not least, for my number 1 movie duo, a movie that I watched numerous times in my young childhood, and even till now, one of my favorite action comedies. Had to go with Carter and Lee, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan in Rush Hour. Specifically part 1, because part 2 and 3, although they are entertaining, I can do without. But part 1 is just one of my all-time favorite action comedies. These two guys right here are just so funny. You know, it's kind of like a clash of different cultures. And Chris Tucker, you know, that guy just can do no wrong in this movie. Everything he says cracks me up. Jackie Chan plays this like detective, and he's just very silent at the beginning. But once he starts talking and these two guys get to know each other, their friendship kind of unfolds. And by the end, they just go from strangers who have nothing in common to creating this strong friendship. So it's a really cool movie. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but yeah, I mean, one of my favorite movies. I could not leave out those two from a top 5 movie duo list. If you have it, guys, short and sweet. Just wanted to share my top 5 movie duos with you guys. There they are once again. And once again, shout out to Huck for the idea for this video. Appreciate the video idea there, bud. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't seen, a lot of creators are putting this video out. So of course, you know, search up that movie duo on the search box. And of course, check out Huck if you haven't already, but I'm sure most of y'all have. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time. Take care and peace.